everybody. I know it's been a while, but today I'm back and I have a buyer update for you so that you can know what is going on in the market, what trends are we seeing, what is going on with buyers, is there still that frenzy in the marketplace of buyers looking for homes? What exactly is going on? Give us an update. I got an update for you today and I'll be glad to give you that information. Stay tuned. Are wondering what is going on in the housing market. We've seen a crazy market, some would say, this time like no other, where there have been multiple offers on properties, and we've been seeing that through the summer, and now we're coming toward the end of the summer, beginning of August, and wondering how things are going now. So today's video is just an update for buyers, or a buyer update in our marketplace. So there's a lot of questions of if the buyers are slowing down, or are buyers out there looking for homes like they have been. There's a lot of reports in the news that the housing boom is over, that home sales are not as much as they were, and that pending sales are dropping. There's a lot of questions even in the news about what's going on in the market. So we can look at what the market is showing us on a national perspective. I want to show you a couple of slides. We won't get into a whole lot today with slides, but I do want to give you some great information and just kind of show you what's going on. Okay, so let's look at this slide here. It says existing home sales. So, and with this graph, you can see from January of 2014 all the way up to January of 2021. And you can see the line going across from showing the existing home sales for June 2021. And you can see that for June 2021, it is higher than it has been in some previous years. You can see also that toward the beginning of this year, January 2021, there were a lot more existing home sales. And now we're kind of coming down, but it's not that they're so much dropping so low, because they're still above what they've been in previous years, but they are down from that maybe increased amount of existing sales that we saw at the beginning of the year, maybe with people wanting different needs in their homes, wanting different things, and then purchasing homes that had those things that they wanted or needed in their home at the time. So you guys, yes, so there you can see from that graph how existing home sales have come down, but they're not just dropping low. They're actually still pretty good right now. And also, if we've been looking at our graphs and our national market reports where we see the buyer traffic, and I'll show you graphs of April, May, and June, and you can see the difference in the buyer traffic in the marketplace. So when we look at our graphs here, it shows us buyer traffic for April of 2021. And you can see from the legend there, the dark blue representing a very strong amount of buyer traffic in the market. And then going to that lighter blue being a strong amount of traffic in a buyer traffic in the market. So in April, you can see mostly it's the dark blue. It's very strong all over the United States with a few shades of that lighter blue. As we look at the May 2021 graph, you'll see that there's slightly more light blue areas, not going down so much, but just going from that very strong to strong. A couple more states in there that became light blue. And then when we go to the June buyer traffic, you'll see that this graph is showing us many more light blue states than the dark blue states. And if we look at all three together, we can see that the lighter blue has become increasingly more from April to May. And what that graph legend is showing us is that that darker blue representing very strong buyer traffic, that light blue representing strong buyer traffic. So we have progressed from April from that very strong buyer traffic to now a strong buyer traffic. And so you can see there has been a slowdown a little bit of buyers in the marketplace. And that's from the report and information that has come in for the month of June. Of course, all of the information is still coming in for July. Okay, so then I'm going to show you the showing time, or the when people go out to see homes, the showings. We have a graph for that. So when we look at this graph for monthly showing time, you can see that here it is showing you that for the month of June, there was 205.3 there. You can see that was for the month of June. For the showing time, monthly showing time of buyers going to see homes, that has decreased a little bit, but there are still plenty of buyers going out to see properties, right? So that is still existing. So that is something that we can also look at when we want to monitor how much buyers are out there in the marketplace. Okay, so with the buyer traffic and with showings and with our buyers, we want to also be aware of price appreciation, because that is on many people's minds, including our sellers, and knowing if their homes are going to lose value. Buyers wanting to know if the prices are going to go down, should they wait? So it is an important topic to continue to talk about, right? So there is, from the experts, they are saying that prices will continue to appreciate, but will appreciate more gradually. So let's look at this graph, and it tells us, this slide here, for May 2021 year-over-year house appreciation. And we can see that the Federal Housing Finance Agency Home Price Index is up 18%. The CoreLogic Home Price Insights reports reporting a positive 15.4%. And then we have the S&P Case-Shiller U.S. National Home Price Index up 16.6%, showing us that home prices are continuing to appreciate. So if buyers are out there and they're looking to buy, it is still a good time to buy, and before mortgage rates continue to increase, because mortgage rates are projected to continue to go up, and home prices are projected to continue to go up. They're projected to continue to go up as well, but just more gradually. So it's still a good time to buy. And buyers are out here. They are trying to still buy properties. Some still can't find properties, but they are out here still buying properties. Maybe some of that is slowed a little bit. Then you also want to be mindful of the time of year. This is August, and with many people being part of families, and maybe there's children getting ready to go back to school, wanting to get them in school, kind of get them settled with school, get everything going. That frenzy of buying may taper just a little bit until all the kids are in school to kind of settle more in place. A lot of times buyers want to find their home. If they have children, they may want to find it before school starts, but then they still may be looking for a property, but because they got to get their kids settled in school, sometimes it slows down a little bit around this time of year. And but there are still buyers out here looking for properties, okay? So let's look at the next slide I have for you. All right, it's by Mr. Lawrence Yoon. It says, given that the sale activities are coming down, we may be sensing some turn in the market. We are seeing less prevalence of multiple offers. It is still a seller's market, no doubt. Still a seller's market, but people need to be very cautious how they price their home to attract buyers, knowing that these sales activities are declining somewhat. So, with that being said, there are some sellers that are selling their properties, and they know that this is a hot housing market. You have to be very cautious about how you price your home, because you don't want to overprice it and then you miss the most of the serious buyers. You miss that frenzy buyers when your home first hits the market. You're going to get the best buyers to come by to see your property, the most serious buyers, probably the most pre-approved buyers that can carry this purchase all the way to close. You're going to get those buyers more than likely during your first 5 days actually on the market. And definitely, I would say within those first 2 weeks. But those first 5 days, I think, are very crucial the first few days of you being on the market, you want to make a great first impression. It's no different than you going on a date with somebody. You don't get that second chance to make that first impression. And your first impression not only includes how your home presents or look to the buyer, but it includes that price. So you don't want to overprice it in this market. You know, you're like, oh yeah, I can get more for it. Well, buyers are still savvy, and then you can't go beyond what the market value. And remember, your home still needs to appraise for the amount, that they're not going to give you more than what it appraises for, or they're not going to give the buyer a loan for more than what it appraises for. So you got to be careful and mindful of that as a seller as well. Okay, so in this market, like we said, people have been getting multiple offers. Some of that frenzy of multiple offers may slow down. Maybe you still getting multiple offers, but whereas people getting like 50 multiple offers and so forth, maybe that's calming down just a little bit from that high number of such. So you always want to be aware of your price when you're pricing your home, and you want to talk to an agent to make sure you're pricing it correctly. And you don't want to price it above and miss those very serious and qualified buyers, okay? So that's a whole nother topic. I don't want to get too much into that, but it's something to be mindful of. So look at this last slide that I want to show you. And it says, at a broad level, home prices are in no danger of a decline due to tight inventory conditions, but I do expect prices to appreciate at a slower pace by the end of the year. Ideally, the cost for a home would rise roughly in line with income growth, which is likely to happen in 2022 as more listings and new construction homes become available. But you can see there from Mr. Lawrence Yoon, home prices are in no danger of a decline due to tight inventory conditions, but he does expect prices to appreciate, but at a slower pace by the end of the year. So that's what we're seeing prices appreciate a little bit slower. We're seeing maybe sometimes, and depending on what market you're in, but you may see a little slight decrease in that frenzy. It's almost like they liken it to if you were on the highway and you're driving, okay? You're driving, you're cruising, you're really cruising, okay? At like 80 in a 65-mile-an-hour zone, but you're going like 80, okay? And you see the cops ahead, and then you get all cautious and worried, so you begin to slow down and actually go, the 65, right? So it's kind of like that. They're likening it to a situation of that nature where the housing market was like, woo, going really great, like at that 80, and now it's coming down to the actual speed limit is kind of supposed to go at. Not that it's just dropping to like 45, but it's actually coming to the place where it's supposed to, or neutralize it, right? So that's an example that may help you understand better about what's going on in our marketplace. So that is all I have for you today at this moment. I just wanted to give you an update for the buyers, and then hopefully it may have helped some sellers out there as well. But there are buyers still out there. There's still people trying to find a home, and conditions may vary in different markets, but there are still buyers trying to find a home, even here in our Memphis area as well. This is the time of year where kids are going back to school, so you may see that frenzy from that perspective as well. Then we also know we've been all watching news and different events with healthcare and different things going on, so we all need to be safe. We all need to be aware. And sometimes, those kind of things may affect the market as well, which is why you also want to have a real estate agent who's good with technology and who knows how to continue to help you in the event cases happen like prior, right? We pray not. We're just going to stay strong and keep going and be safe and do things we need to do. But we do want to be aware and cautious as well. So when you got an agent that's a professional, they can get you through those situations as well through technology. So you guys, I hope this information has been helpful, and I look forward to bringing you more content, and hopefully really much sooner than it's been. All right, you guys take care, be blessed, be well, be safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.